real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics.
All right, welcome to today's edition of The Locker Room. Of course, it's a beautiful Thursday evening. And of course, you know how we do it. For the next 15 minutes thereabouts, we give you results, action from behind the scene on the pitch of all things football. We cover the beautiful game, Jogo Bonito as it's called, on the streets. And of course, I am Afiz Ogubanjo. I will be doing this alone. Of course, Maiwa will be joining us virtually really soon. And of course, I have the main man, the lion himself, the Odogu. He calls me the Algerian. I'm still yet to find the country for him, but he's right here with me in the studio. Jerry Apelohai, of course, we are here, to discuss everything football today from the Champions League. And of course, what's going on back here, right here at home. Of course, we're here to discuss. And before we go into all the stories we have for you today, do well to like, subscribe, and, just drop all your comments on the channels, of course. VOP TV Live, and of course VOP TV Plus on YouTube, so that you won't miss any of the actions. You have to do what put on your notification bell. Jerry, it was a drama as we predicted, last night in the UEFA Champions League, and it didn't fail to serve us. And we saw the goalkeeper doing what Alisson Becker did back then in 2021 for Liverpool up against West Brom, and we saw what Benfica's goalkeeper did against Real Madrid, getting that valuable goal to put Benfica into the Champions League playoffs for the qualifiers. Good evening, Jerry, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's great to be here. So much to look forward to today, because this edition is going to be historic, because there is a lot to talk about.
Of course, there is a lot to talk about.
And of course, the UEFA Champions League didn't disappoint, though I'm still on the part that I'm not still comfortable. I'm not used to this format yet.
Really?
I'm still trying to really understand it.
I think I prefer this format.
No, we are the OGs when it comes to this, and we liked it back then, the group stage, fighting to the last games, and so on and so forth. But these all scattered 18 games at once,
But I think, is it not good to see teams that should be playing in the quarterfinals, quarterfinal worthy fixtures, semi-final worthy fixtures, seeing them in the league phase? Put big teams against each other quickly.
Yeah, it used to happen back in the day. They may not be regular because you have of seeds and so on and so forth. Now you see Benfica and Real Madrid already playing, and back in the day it has to be a quarterfinal fixture, a knockout stage fixture. But of course, I told you that Benfica game was going to be something else. Yeah. And Mourinho, they say form is temporary, class is permanent. Of course. That is the evidence of what we saw on the pitch at the Benfica Stadium. So a lot to talk about today. And you mentioned you don't know whether to class me. I'm a Nigerian, mother and father. So
I'm still looking for that country.
I'm not switching.
I'm still looking for that country.
I'm not like DR Congo. They have to. The only passport I have is Nigerian passport. Okay. So I'm good to go.
Okay, all right. Maiwa, you're welcome to the show. It's like you're going to put your songs on hold right now because a certain side, Liverpool, they defeated Quarterback 6-0. We're still going to discuss.
Side. A 6-time champions.
Okay, all right.
You cannot be certain when you have won 6 Champions League. Okay. And you're the kings of Europe as far as England is concerned. So all right. You cannot be certain.
All right, Maiwa, you heard all the corrections. We are still going to discuss the Champions League, but it's good to have you with us on the show today. Good evening, Maiwa.
Well, it's always amazing to be here. The goalkeeper did the magic, Tobin. And what was Rodrigo and what's the name now? Vinicius Asensio. What were they thinking?
Asensio, yeah.
Asensio, what were they thinking? 2 red cards for Real Madrid. In discipline, Abelua doesn't know what he's doing. Mourinho, knocking out Real Madrid from, the top 8, qualifying as the last team the goalkeeper saving the day. Remember the last time Alisson did it for Liverpool? I think they went on to win the Champions League of the following season, and that's how important that goal might be for Benfica. So a lot of people felt Mourinho interceded for Mourinho, but yesterday's game shows that he has a lot of fight in him. 18 games yesterday, a certain Liverpool spoiled my 8th watch, but kudos to Liverpool. They showed class yesterday.
Yes.
At class in Carabao. But in any case, a whole lot to talk about. It's always amazing to be here. And it's a good person to talk about.
Coming from someone who is playing his Champions League every weekend, he's calling Liverpool. He's setting.
Jerry, let us get to where we discuss Champions League.
Please show some respect. I'm about 4 guy. Don't be doing all this kind of things.
You two are still going to go.
You should know better now.
You are still going to go into it.
That's why I'm putting on an Oga. Because I know this is an Oga, Real Madrid.
Okay.
These are the only Oga we know.
He wasn't prepared. He wasn't prepared.
He didn't understand.
If he had known that you were going to put on something like that, he would have put on. But we'll get there. But we are going to start the show on a rather sad note because Super Eagles and Fulham FC star Samuel Chukwueze, of course, is mourning the loss of his mother who passed away after a brief illness. And the news was announced by his brother David Chukwueze, who shared emotional messages on his Instagram story, expressing their grief. And in his post, David said, he wrote, "I can't even post your picture to say RIP, Mom. My forever love just left me without saying goodbye, and you didn't even get to carry your grandchild." And the Nigerian star Samuel Chukwueze, who plays for Fulham, he represented Nigeria recently at the Africa Cup of Nations. He has not yet publicly reacted to the loss. And this tragedy comes just days after another Super Eagles player, Wilfred Ndidi, lost his father in a car accident. And the Nigerian football community is sending condolences to Chukwueze and his family during this difficult time. Jerry, just when it looks like Chukwueze was bouncing back from the Afcon performances, the penalty miss, still bouncing back, got a goal for Fulham, and now it seems he's mourning again. Tragedy has struck. How do you think this is going to affect him going on? Even him, not just him, his family as well.
Yeah, this is one too tragedy too many for the Super Eagles and players. And Wilfred Ndidi's the passing of his dad was really tragic via a vehicle accident, which is really sad. And now Samuel Chukwueze, according to the report, was after a brief illness. Our condolences to the team, most especially to the players and the families of Samuel Chukwueze and Wilfred Ndidi. This is a very sad time for them. I wish them God should give them the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. Nobody wants to lose anybody, but they say death is inevitable. But it's really a sad one. Really sad one.
Very, very sad. And Mayowa, I don't know what to say at this point in time, but I'm just wishing that it doesn't let all of this, to get into his head, because it seems like he's already getting into form for Fulham. I was talking about Samuel Chukwueze, but I'll be lying if I'm saying he's not going to be affected, because this is a player that's even passionate for his country. And of course, now that this one is hitting him, I mean, he will still want to get on the good side of Marco Silva, but I'm believing Fulham should give him the well-deserved break at this point, for him to just go, clear his head and get everything done back here at home.
Well, it's a sad news. Too great for those to lose points. We are closing the mob. I mean, it's always sad losing somebody very close to you, especially those that were responsible for growing up. So I mean, it's going to hit very hard, and I'm just hoping but there's a popular I hope this is the case for they seem to be quite close to the mob, and is able to get over this. We could have just there is no word to put this into perspective. Everybody are very rude. We always want them around, but that's inevitable, and I also he has the fortitude to get the loss. He has the psychological strength and mental capability to be able to get this. He's going to think about it, for so long. I hope, he's going to put in the energy rather than sit down and allow this to affect him negatively, he's going to put in energy and turn this into a positive experience for himself. It's so sad that the point where career is beginning to take off, he loses somebody very, very close to him. Condolence to the family. I just hope, God be with, Chukwueze and the NDD at this difficult time.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always somehow, when you get to meet somebody that you are really, really especially close to. And of course, someone like your mom, I mean, it's something really crazy. And of course, we, on behalf of the sports crew right here, on VOP television, we want to say, Chukwueze, please be strong. And of course, may God grant him, the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. And let's move on. Still on African football, still on African players. And this time around, I would say it's not really a sad one. Of course, it's a result. It's a punishment for a sad, occurrence. And this time it was at the Afcon final. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has imposed sanctions on Senegal and Morocco following the chaotic Africa Cup of Nations final. And Senegal's head coach, Pap Bounatiao, has been suspended for 5 official CAF matches and fined $100,000 for unsporting conduct and bringing the game into disrepute. That's a big term right there. And of course, 2 Senegalese players, Iliman Sheikh Barou Ndiaye and Ismaila Sarr, have also been suspended for 2 official CAF matches each for unsporting behavior towards the referee. And the Senegalese Football Federation, FSF, has been fined a total of $615,000, including $300,000 for improper conduct of supporters, $300,000 for unsporting conduct of players and technical staff, and $15,000 for 5 players receiving cautions. And on the other hand, Morocco's defender Achraf Hakimi has been suspended for 2 official CAF matches, with 1 match suspended for a year for unsporting behavior. Midfielder Ismail Saibari has been suspended for 3 official CAF matches and fined $100,000 for unsporting behavior. And the Royal Moroccan Football Federation, FRMF, has been fined $315,000, including $200,000 for inappropriate behavior of stadium ball boys, $100,000 for improper conduct of players and technical staff, and $15,000 for the use of lasers by Moroccan supporters. CAF has also rejected Morocco's protest to strip Senegal of the Afcon title. Jerry, I mean, when you look at this, these are like heavy fines. But does it seem a little unfair on the Senegalese team? Because $615,000 for all of that, and it seems to be on the lesser part for the hosts. What's going on with CAF? Do you see this as fair on both sides? Fine, both of them have been sanctioned, but does it seem fair? Don't you think both of them should have been leveled the same form of punishment?
Yeah, CAF has proven that they have decided to be unprofessional. And all the tag being given to CAF has not been fully organized. Everybody was waiting for what's going to happen. As far as the reaction is concerned. I saw a reaction coming from the Spanish FA president when he said that if they are going to co-host the 2030 World Cup, that the final should be in Spain. And
what?
Yeah, he said the final should be in Spain. And he has his reasons. And he said that if you look at the nations that are planning to co-host, Portugal and Spain and Morocco.
They are bordered.
Morocco have new and fresh stadiums. But Spain has proven that they are good hosts. But taking a look at what happened in Morocco, Morocco should not be considered, because what happened in that final is a dent, of course, to football. It's an abuse to world football. It kills the beauty of football. Football is all about unity, bringing people together. And if a host cannot understand that you cannot win at all costs, you cannot win all the time, who gets to the final and with such kind of showing coming from the fans, the organizers, and even influencing CAF's decisions, it shows that that team cannot be allowed to host a final. If not, I think FIFA should also consider giving Morocco hosting rights. And if CAF were not that shameless, this would have been another opportunity to say, okay, since this is how Morocco wants to be hosting, we are taking all the remaining hosting championship and giving them. Yeah, even they should have started with this Afcon. Had it been they are shameless and they had options anyway. If they had options, if the CAF president were to show that he's a man, with all due respect, he might be a man at
all. But do you think they were quick to serve Morocco those sanctions because of backlash, or do you think they acted really like the way they wanted to act?
There was nowhere in the world that the CAF president would have gone ahead to release these sanctions and Morocco would not be sanctioned. I'm telling you, this would have created a situation where a lot of people want to boycott the next Afcon if Morocco was no fine at all.
Yeah.
Because take a look at it. If you calculate the total sum of fine
for the
that goes to Senegal, we have about $615,000. Which
that's to the federation.
That's both the federation, the players, the supporters, improper conduct. Definitely the fine is going to go to the sports FA,
of course,
in Senegal, which is $300,000.
Yeah.
$300,000 for players and staff on sporting behavior.
Yeah.
Yes, they should be fined for walking out of the pitch.
Of course.
It's normal. And of course, the fans took it the other way.
Yeah.
So by Senegalese fans, we saw videos of them fighting the officials of Morocco and so on. That was very bad. Yeah. And of course, $15,000 for misconduct from the five yellow cards received in the final. Yeah, all well and good. Then, of course, but I have an issue with the suspension of the coach, Papetia. He's been suspended for 5 official CAF games.
Yes.
He didn't stop there. You fine him $100,000. How much does he earn? You're finding him $100,000. That's a lot of money. Yeah. And they also went ahead to fine Ilman and Diaye and Ismail Assar. They've been suspended for 2 CAF matches for unsporting behavior towards the referee. There was no clause. But the one that even irked me the more. Yeah. First of all, the price difference, which is half of what they are fining Senegal.
Of course.
Which is the total of Morocco's fine is about $315,000.
Yeah.
Which, as the host,
it's $300,000 less than the Senegalese.
Yes, they're supposed to collect the largest share because they put the game more in disrepute. The ball boys, yes, I saw the one that the ball boys, the stadium ball boys, inappropriate behavior, $200,000, which is very, very low.
Is it?
Because
I think it was 15. I think it was $15,000
for stadium ball boys, inappropriate behavior.
Okay. Yes.
This inappropriate behavior started
from the first game.
From the first game, most especially the Super Eagles game.
Yes.
In the semi-final. What about that improper conduct from there? What? Okay, that means they will add $200,000 for Super Eagles own. Maybe they will make it 400. Because yes, we have to make a case.
Of course.
They also did it to Stanley Nwabali. That Nwabali took it up the chain, kept on changing towels, and imagine if he had considered in the process of all of those. Yeah. I think a lot of Nigerians will not have it.
All right.
Because even the one that really also irked me the more was Achraf Hakimi suspended for two
games with
matches.
With one already suspended for a year.
With one which is suspended for 1 year. Why? Because it's Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi is the African Footballer of the Year. For him to be involved, he's supposed to suffer a heavy fine. And Adib Bin, I'm the CAF president, I will strip him off the African Footballer of the Year title. Yes, he has also put the game in disrepute. He's supposed to be the face of African football as the CAF Player of the Year. I will strip him off the CAF Player of the Year and give it to the second man. That would have been a better way of dealing with Achraf Hakimi.
All right.
But unfortunately, CAF is biased.
All right. Let me ask Maiwa. Jerry just made a statement. He said if Achraf Hakimi, he should be stripped of being the African Footballer of the Year. But if he's going to be stripped, don't you think the Senegalese too should be stripped of their title? Because, for the coach to lead them to leave the pitch, we said it here.
Who will not be offended?
But we said it here on the show that...
Who will not be offended? How will you strip them off the title?
But that's the ultimate putting African football into disrepute. You don't walk off the pitch. What example are you setting for other people that want to play
games?
They
won the title fair and square. Forget about those disrespect. The fines covers it. Yes, the fines cover it.
Why didn't they stay to allow Brahim Diaz to have paid that penalty before them even trying to walk off?
See, the tempo at which those players were, if they had stayed, it would have just been like, okay, Morocco and the officiating can go whichever way it likes, and they will get away with it. Look at the Nigerian game. It was an eyesore. All the fouls committed by Morocco, no single yellow card was awarded to the Moroccans. And Nigerians didn't raise an eyebrow. Imagine it happened in the Senegal game where Morocco was getting away with all the officiating, which of course it looked like it. And even if it was not going to look like that in the game against Senegal, the accounts of the Moroccans from the group stage to the semi-final already showed that they were being given undue advantage. And the Senegalese already had that mindset going into that game. And let me tell you, nobody is talking. Did you know that the Senegal players traveled by train, public train?
Of course. To get to
demoralize them.
Yeah, to get
they
to
traveled.
They've been complaining of many things before they even got to the.
Who is fining Morocco for putting the players in such condition?
Yeah.
Finalists, you made them travel via passenger train, putting them at high risk. What if the Moroccan fans had attacked them in the train station, at the train station?
Yeah.
And you did not allow them have a suitable training pitch before the final. That means you were already setting them to fail. You were already putting hands in their eyes.
Trying to put them,
yes,
to
you've already showed that you're a hostile host before the game started. Imagine all of that psychological warfare that has gone on before that game. And you expect those players to stay on the pitch and be smiling when they feel they have been cheated.
Okay, we have Maiwa back.
Not.
We have Maiwa back. Maiwa, I was asking a question where Jerry said that Achraf Hakimi should have been stripped for his involvement. He should be stripped of being the African Footballer of the Year. And I'm saying that
they were never allowed to sleep in their hotel. They were disturbing. They didn't allow them to sleep. They didn't allow them to train. They didn't give them a bus to take them to the stadium to feel comfortable. And they are finalists. It's not about painful. Let's talk about the reality. Nobody is talking about all of these things.
Okay.
You're only talking about what happened on the pitch.
Before
the pitch, Morocco was already showing that they were hostile. They were prepared. The psychological warfare, everything, they made the Senegalese uncomfortable. Imagine the coach seeing his players going through all of those things and coming to the pitch and he's seeing that the referee is also trying to hurt their chances. And you want to strip that team of the Afcon title, they dare not.
Don't you think that, Maiwa, don't you think that Morocco should have been given more, fines and more punishment for just that Torogil incident? Because it is not just in the final. We saw it from the first game. We saw it in the Cameroon game, in the semi-final against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and also in the final. Don't you think they should have gotten more, more punishment for that Torogil incident? And should Senegal have also been stripped of their title because of that walk-off, instigated by their coach Park Chow?
The Yorubas will say almost meaning Morocco has disgraced Africa, and CAF President Musepe has also disgraced Africa. Let's break it down.
Yeah.
How and it's because Morocco is holding CAF hostage. That's the reason. If the fine is more than that, and they decide to enhance the fine of Achraf Hakimi, Morocco will pull out of Afcon that's coming up in the next 40 days, and that will be the end of that particular competition. So as it is, CAF is an hostage of Morocco. That's number one. Number two, as the host, they are giving them $316,000 fine. Are you serious? How do you find them $316,000 with the kind of crappy hosting that they put up? Every team that played against them experienced hostility, and that's the reason why the president of the came out and said, the finals of the World Cup should not be held in Africa. It is not the first South Africa is hosting the World Cup final. South Africa did it, and everything went smoothly.
Yes.
What is the problem with the North Africans? This is not the first time they are doing it. The last time they hosted, the same thing happened.
Egypt 2019.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And CAF is a toothless bulldog. They can't do anything because they have sold their birthright to Morocco. So for me, I think the fine for Morocco should have at least been over $1 million. To be honest with you,
I mean, $1 million is still fair. At least $5 million. They will learn their lesson. I
agree the $1 million one.
The only reason why they are talking about this issue is because it happened in the final. What happened before the final, nobody addressed it.
Exactly.
You don't address it.
Nobody was socially discriminated. Bananas were through our team.
They were throwing bananas at team.
That abuse is a capital punishment.
That one should be a lot of punishment on his own. And they should be playing games behind closed doors, don't you think?
Yeah. So now Capito, Achraf Hakimi, the current African Footballer of the Year. If you are supposed to go hard on anybody, he's the person that's supposed to be representing CAF.
African football.
That's supposed to be representing African football. You are giving him $100,000 fine, and you are even suspending his suspension for 1 year. Please, somebody should make it make sense.
Somebody that should be he should be banned for 15 matches.
I was even going to ask Mayowa if they had won that final, are we going to see all of these protests? I mean, all of these punishments, on the Moroccan side.
I'm telling you, if Morocco had won that Afcon, it would have been a disgrace to African football. The worst final ever. Yes, it would have been the worst final ever.
Let Mayowa make his point, please, Jerry. Go ahead.
See, the thing is this. Why Morocco? If Morocco had won, they would have still fined them. The reason is this: the FIFA president was watching that debacle.
Exactly.
So there will be nowhere to hide. Would the punishment be like this? It will have not been as much as this. And for the Moroccans to come out and say they should strip the Senegalese of the title, they are shameless. The same thing they did when Nigeria won. They said they should strip Nigeria of the title because of officiating. It does not make any sense. You should not win by all costs. For the Senegalese guys, I think the punishment they gave them were appropriate. The coach, and let's call it spade a spade, the coach is a disgrace. And that's just the honest truth. I understand his plight. Mani is a better man and a better player and even a better leader than the coach. The coach should not be encouraging indiscipline.
Of course.
For me, the final the coach is very less. It's very less. They should make an example of the coach. He has brought the game in disrepute. Yes, we understand that, situations were not fair and the rest of that. It does not make any sense. That was the biggest stage. No matter what, you play it in the end. So the fact that we to the Moroccans, Senegalese, I think it's fair enough. But the fact that we're giving to the Moroccans is just a slap on the wrist. And it's a disgrace to Musepe. It's a disgrace to CAF. And I don't understand what CAF is doing. That they are giving Morocco the host, half of the fine they are giving Senegalese.
Mayowa, it will take the grace, unless you're a reverend father. Even a reverend father safe.
Okay.
That is the situation of the coach.
Yeah.
To be calm.
At that point in time.
At that point in time, you know what? The level where they could no longer take it. Even the fans were already getting information that prior to the match, they've been attacking the Senegal players.
They were already
imagine the coach was in the dugout, was seeing that his fans were being humiliated. While in the dugout, while they are contemplating the officiating
he was seeing everything
issue,
firsthand. Yes.
He was seeing everything firsthand. The fans were being attacked. They were being hostile towards them. The ball boy was attacking his goalkeeper. The officiating
we saw what happened to the second goalkeeper of the Senegalese team. That's talking about
how they were pulling him and dragging him. The coach would have seen all of that too. These are human beings. It's just that at least they didn't license them to carry weapons. It would have been a different kettle of fish.
All right. All right. All right. Both CAF, and FIFA President Gianni Infantino condemned the conduct of players and officials from both teams, describing the scenes as unacceptable. Jerry, let me quickly ask you, so that we can move on this one. Going forward, what do you think should be done? Is this not a call for other teams in Africa? We have 54 teams, 54 nations in Africa, right? Fine, everybody, due to something, you don't have the same financial strength. But don't you think it's a call on other teams to now stand up and say, look, it's beginning to look like a monopoly on the part of the Moroccans now that you are giving every African competition to be hosted by them. Don't you think it's a call for other teams now to step up so that we will avoid things like this in the future?
I think it hasn't gotten that bad.
Really?
Because I think if the CAF president is playing his role well, Issa Hayatou during his time, let's not forget. Issa Hayatou under his belt, I think he hosted more than 20, 30 Nations Cup.
Yeah.
Or not more than that.
30.
Yes.
Yeah, but
because he was there since 86.
Yes.
That's how many years? If he was to be now, it would have been almost 40 years.
Almost 40 years. Of course, 40 years now.
So, all those periods, Hayatou was hosting Nations Cup. And we didn't have it this bad. So Morocco was not hosting those years. Let's not forget, Morocco put out of the African Union, saying they wanted to be part of the European Union. There are no Africans.
I don't even know why they are being giving hosting rights
because
now.
They were rejected by Europe. They suddenly woke up.
So Africa is now like a second choice.
They now want to dominate Africa.
No, it's not.
That is the idea. They want to show that they are kings over Africa. And Mosepe has sold his birthright just like Esau did.
But nobody is stepping up. Nobody is stepping up to oppose them.
Côte d'Ivoire hosted the Afcon before this.
Okay, and that was good.
We saw the pitches.
Yes.
The pitches were okay. Nobody complained about the pitches. Nobody complained about the organization.
These ones were better.
This one was better.
Yeah.
But if better will lead you to hell, why not stay with good?
Nobody's going to hell.
Yes, now stay with what is good.
Nobody's going to hell.
At least you feel safe. No, you feel safe. Because it's like the angel you know. The devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. Yes, the devil you know, Cote d'Ivoire hosted, and everybody was okay.
All right. The angel can be better.
If you have 5 stadiums,
yeah,
that's enough. What's happening to the big sponsors? Yes, this last Afcon, for instance, CAF generated millions of dollars.
From sponsors, from brands.
Sponsors. Yes, you can have partnership like that. Okay, if this country is going to host, this we are going to use to support an African country, who may not have the financial wherewithal. Just build them good pitches, support them. Yes, FIFA even does that to host nations. CAF should become a big player. It should not be lip service, only carrying funny and be sucking. They are not giving out. Yes, CAF is only take and take. What are they giving back to African football? They are just sitting as hosts, have a funnel, sucking on the dollars, and everybody, they are all smiling and looking fine. The day they will investigate CAF, my brother, the day they will investigate CAF, everybody's eyes will
but I think it has gotten to that point. I think it has actually gotten to that point. So for CAF to be
even if Benin Republic wants to host today, if their government is willing, they can build stadiums. They can build 6 stadiums within the space of 1 year and host the African competition. Thank God now they want to make it 4 years. Though I'm not a fan of 4 years. So any country, no matter how poor that country is, that is ready to host the Afcon, should be able to build at least close to 6 stadiums or 5.
All right.
To host any African Cup of Nations. So Morocco should rest. All those countries that are hosted should rest. And give it to those who are serious about hosting.
Jerry, I have a comment here. He said, great man, good evening. I don't blame the Senegalese coach because the atmosphere was not good for football. Lucky from Newcastle in UK. Thank you, Lucky. And so Olugbenga Bamidele said, Nwabali ate the banana. CAF didn't see that.
CAF didn't see that. CAF turned the blind eye. You could see, even with the king of Morocco, Mosepe was sitting beside him, watching that final.
More like I can't do anything.
No, each time Morocco missed the ball, you could see the displeasure in CAF president's face. He was on the side of Morocco on that day. Someone that's supposed to be neutral. He was sitting with the king of Morocco, buttering the man and assuring him that don't worry, it's done deal. You don't have to worry. He's already offered. All you just need to do, come here and sit down and watch the game and see how I've officially handed you the Afcon. But unfortunately, he was disappointed.
Papi Gay said no.
Papi said no. And good, that's the best goal of the championship.
Of the tournament. You said it's Aquadam, so you're changing it now.
I'm giving it to this one.
Yeah, giving it to Papi.
That final really sealed it.
Of course.
That goal sealed it.
I mean,
that goal is the goal of justice. That goal.
He said you should blame Brahim Diaz.
Brahim Diaz was God of football that
made him do the Panenka.
He was God of football that fought for Senegal.
Yes.
All right. From a current football president to a former president, let's go to the former Nigerian Football Federation NFF president Amaju Pinnick has boldly asserted that had he remained in office, the Super Eagles of Nigeria would have not missed out on the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Pinnick, who led NFF from October 14 to October 2022, successfully guided Nigeria to the 2018 World Cup, although he faced criticism for the team's failure to qualify for the 2022 tournament in Qatar, with the national team currently struggling, in other sides of football. So Afcon, they went to third place, but they struggled, of course, in the 2026 qualifiers. Pinnick is confident that his leadership could have changed the outcome. His remarks come as Nigeria's chances of qualifying is looking bleak because it's an expanded 14 tournament, and we are looking to qualify through night bus. And I'll be putting that to Jerry, and I don't want to say anything now. But during an appearance on Sunday Oluse's show, Pinnick expressed dismay at the current state of the team, contrasting it sharply with his tenure. I didn't see it coming, he said, because 10 teams from Africa will qualify and Nigeria is looking like they're not going to be there. He also recalled in 2018, we faced the toughest group ever with all the Afcon winners, and Algeria hadn't lost in over 20 games. Cameroon entered as defending champions and Zambia were champions. Yet Nigeria was the underdog. I just know what Amaju Pinnick is trying to play at this point. But Jerry, I need you to clear the hair because it's looking like when you were there, you only led to the 2014 and the 2018. Because even after the 2014 World Cup, 2018 and 2022, he came up to make a statement. I can remember when he said Nigeria has bilateral relationship with Qatar. They should have qualified for the World Cup because of their bilateral relationship with Qatar. You didn't give any explanation for that. There are many failures on your side. You are not bringing that, out in public. Now you are saying if you were still president, you will have qualified for 2026. How and why, please?
The thing is that Amaju Pinnick can go on Sunday Olise's podcast and lie to him, and the man with a straight face will accept it. But I think it's fortunate that I was not the one at the other side.
What we have done.
That is a ridiculous statement coming from Amaju Pinnick, because Amaju Pinnick, under his tenure, started this trend of not qualifying for the World Cup. He's the longest serving NFF president. He served 2 terms.
2 terms. 8
His
years.
first term, he just came in and we qualified for the World Cup in 2018 in Russia.
Yeah.
Then after that, he started killing our ace-grade teams. These players we are seeing doing wonders in the team now, who are still like some
the likes of
Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze, they all came from ace-grade teams.
Yeah.
What we have turned to is a team that is bringing players that have been rejected in Europe, that didn't see chance to play for England and so on and so forth. The Super Eagles became such a team under Amaju Pinnick's tenure. We suffered a situation where our football was rotting. What made Nigerian football big was that our ace-grade teams were doing well. The under-17, the Olympic team. The Olympic team was broke. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
It was 9 minutes they got to was it Japan?
In 2024 Tokyo?
I'm trying to remember the Olympics. There was this Olympics that Mikel sponsored. I can't remember now.
2016 Rio? Yeah.
2016 Rio.
Yeah.
Our teams were falling like a pack of cards. That the rot started from there. When we started recycling Salisu Yusuf for under 23 team, we started recycling Ladamboso. I remember that year that he stopped all the extra codes, all the financial allowances that goes to the ace-grade teams. There was a point they had to stop all of it. From the under 23 to under 17 to under 20. You only get bonuses when the competition starts. During the training period, you only get camp allowance, which is minor, and sometimes they owe them prior to the championship. These players drink Gary, and you expect them to qualify for under 17.
For under 17 championship.
Qualify for under 20.
Yeah.
When Ladaboso will come select his brother's friend. And of course, Salisu Yusuf, who was found guilty of wanting to collect money to feed players.
Jerry, these are high-level accusations.
It's not accusation. He was suspended. He was suspended. He was banned for 1 year. Yes, it's all over the news. Google it. Salisu Yusuf, just Google this name. You will know. I know how so many
of course, we all know Salisu Yusuf.
Who knew him were calling me and say pipe down low. I said the news is there. It's not Jerry that brought the news out. The evidence is there. It's clear. Those were the kind of coaches he was recycling, killing the ace-grade teams. At the end of the day, we don't qualify for World Cup. I remember when he was crying at the Congress in Lagos when they told him his time is up, that he should go. He was crying that if the next NFF president comes, please make sure that if he doesn't qualify for World Cup, that should not be used to judge him. Because the board and so many other people judge him and say, since he didn't qualify for World Cup, there's no point giving him a third term. It's already a sign of failure.
I think he's a man of scandal.
So now,
a lot of scandals.
Now the team is not going to qualify. He's now coming out to say that if he was still there, you started the trend of not qualifying.
Yeah.
You wanted to continue it. Also, that when it has happened, you now say, "Oh, it's not my fault."
You can even say he has a hand.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you know that Amaju Pinnick went to Qatar and had a lavish birthday party? He was having fun. Why Nigeria did not go to Qatar? He went there to celebrate his birthday and was having fun, was living large.
He now came back and said,
he's now coming back.
He came back to say,
he's a bloody hypocrite. The man is an hypocrite. So leave Amaju. I don't even want to.
I love like Maiwa, it seems like it's a hot seat right here in the studio because Jerry seems to have his own. I don't know what to say.
The facts are there. The facts are there. I don't need to. The facts are there.
Maiwa, do you think Amaju Pinnick should be the right man to be making all of these statements? Because
he's already campaigning. He wants to be the next NFL president. He should shelve that idea. He should keep it in his cupboard.
Jerry, hold on. Do you think he's the man that should be making all these statements? Because we saw what happened with the Kebbi Stadium. I mean, we saw the dilapidated building. He claimed to put there in Kebbi State. We saw, what was brought out as well, the proposed stadium in Igborodo, Delta State. I mean, these are high-level failures on your part. Do you think he's the right man to be making all of these statements with the current state of Nigerian football right now?
Yeah, I think let me shock you. It's either Amaju Pinnick is coming back or he has an anointed candidate. And that's just the honest truth. This is what's coming to say all this.
Should he be coming back?
Not himself in free. Yeah. He's not coming back. He has an anointed candidate that he wants to bring in. And that is the reason why he's coming out to say all this. Yes, Gusau is as incompetent as we know. However, Amaju Pinnick contributed. Our national team became of rejects in Europe under Amaju killed our competition. Top allowance is as low as 1,500. That is what they pay them as cap allowance for all these 8th grade boys, and we expect them to qualify. And that was how killed our competition. So Amaju Pinnick should cover his head in shame. He should not be talking. He should not. There's a lot of standard surrounding him. He only qualified for 2018 World Cup. And that is not a credit to him. That's a credit to the players, not to him. Not to him. He cannot claim credit for that. The one for 2022, what happened? He came out and he was telling us that he has a good connection with Qatar. There's no way Nigeria will not be in Qatar. What happened? We are not in Qatar.
Of course.
And this current NFL president that doesn't know his left from his right takes blessing from Amaju Pinnick. The same Amaju Pinnick that has a lot of scandal surrounding him. So as far as I'm concerned, and this is the reason why I keep hammering, where is ICPC? Where is EFCC? There were a whole lot of monies allocated under his tenure. What did they use the money to do? The stadiums that they said they spent over $1 million, over $2 million to construct. Where are they? Is that what that particular amount? The EFCC is not talking anything. The ICPC is not saying anything. And this same man is gallivanting around and is coming out to if I was there, I would have qualified. Qualified there. As far as I'm concerned, Amaju Pinnick should go and stop his service. And I'm even disappointed in Sunday. Listen, to be honest with you, he was there, he was smiling with him, he was practically laughing with him, he could not greet him. And I think the same Sunday Odyssey that was complaining bitterly about the NFF not paying him over $30,000, which Amaju Pinnick himself could not pay while he was there. And he was there signing his stick with him. I don't understand some of our I don't understand this.
Do you know whether he has gotten the money through the back door? He would have gotten the money through the back door. That is why he's smiling now. He might have gotten the money.
I actually like Auditor with Pinnick, when he was asked on another platform, it was shown the stadium and he said he's proud of what was there. And he's still getting more money from FIFA because he didn't meet the timeline for some flimsy excuses.
Let me tell you, he was the one who sponsored Finidis getting the Super Eagles coaching job.
We saw how we turned out.
He was one who brought Finidi ball. I remember when you announced Sunday Lucy as the African Guardiola. And how the man dumped him a day to the game against Egypt.
But Jerry, don't you think the hypocrisy
he was also the one that was choosing players, my slot. Are we sure it's not the one that brought Tanimu and told Finidi that don't worry, just play anybody. You don't. He has been the one controlling Gosol. He is the architect of Goso's failure. And now he's throwing Goso under the bus.
And with what Mayowa is saying.
I think Goso should ostracize him from having any discussion with him from now henceforth. Since it looks like he's throwing Goso under the bus.
And with what Mayowa is saying, is it looking like to you that he's also trying to bring somebody in that he can control?
He can bring whoever he likes to bring in.
But that will not solve Nigeria's problems.
He wants a funnel where he will still be having the juice and the cake that is coming to the NFF. There's a lot of money that goes into that federation.
A lot.
We're talking about millions of dollars.
Of course.
We're not talking change here. And
we saw what they just
any
got from the
man who likes free things, who likes where there's enough to chop without being asked about how you spend the money, will surely like the NFF position. So that is why all of them, they are all there. It's all for selfish reasons, selfish gains.
Well, as the football community watches closely, I mean, Pinnick's remarks have sparked discussions about the future of Nigerian football and its leadership. And also, I think I want to echo what Mayowa said about Sunday Oliseh. I mean, this was somebody that we know to be very, very outspoken. Recently, he came out to speak about Victor Osimhen. And even though a lot of Nigerians are saying you were actually worse than Victor Osimhen during your playing days, and you are very outspoken, you were the captain, we saw how you were crying and all of that. We saw how you didn't want to even talk to anybody after Nigeria's loss. You made that statement. 2000. And now you are the one that has been calling out, the NFF, just like Mayowa rightfully said, and you had the chance to lay all your complaints against one of the big men of the NFF.
Said the questions and you could not say
anything.
Were made by his fans.
It just shows the hypocrisy all around.
He picked the fans. Let me tell you, it's very easy. What they will do, Ahmad Pinnick will select the questions he wants to answer and make himself look good. And of course, maybe he would have settled this $30,000 that is owing.
Yeah, go ahead, Mayowa.
No, but if that's the case, Sunday Oliseh should be ashamed of himself.
He should.
I mean, you were the one.
The man is looking for.
You are calling out these same guys. This same person owes you $30,000. And you went on the podcast, you were crying that you don't want to take Nigeria to task because you don't want Nigeria to be suspended. And the man is sitting there in front of you, and you cannot ask him tough questions. He was there laughing. I watched the interview, and I was disgusted. Sunday Oliseh suddenly lost his sharp mouth. I don't understand it.
I still cannot understand and answer those questions. That when you have an opportunity to make your complaints known into somebody that is the right person to give you the answer, and you were there and you were just telling him something else.
The thing is that interview,
the hypocrisy is all around.
That interview was a PR stunt.
Really?
To sell Ahmad Pinnick.
To sell him for what?
Yes, to sell him that.
You can't continue to sell people like this now. Where is the EFCC? Where is the ICPC?
You don't know the kind of
He's involved himself in that.
Yeah.
Ahmad Pinnick has a lot of pull in the football world, financially, politically. He has a lot of influence. He can pull off anything. He can even have an interview on CNN if he wants to.
Mayowa, let's wrap up on that quickly. You were about to make a point.
Yeah, and my analysis is this. Why would and this is why sometimes when the ex-footballers come out and say they don't give them an opportunity, sometimes we don't blame people that don't give them an opportunity. This is Sunday Oliseh that is very outspoken, that everybody knows is very outspoken. We know how he ended his journey with the NFL. The same man that you ended your journey with abruptly is sitting there in front of you. You become a cat under the rain. You cannot speak. You don't understand it. You don't understand it. It's just hypocrisy everywhere.
Hypocrisy everywhere. And of course, if we want Nigerian football to go forward from now, to the way it used to be in the past, pre-Pinnick, I would say that. I mean, we should, things like this are things that we should be tackling. I don't think Ahmad Pinnick should really be walking free. He should be somewhere answering tough questions because, trust me, Nigerian football has taken a big nosedive starting from under him. And now we are just trying to patch it back. I don't know if this Guso era will be the one to do that. If it's not, we should pray for a big one. we should pray for a better administration.
Guso is a stage 2 cancer. Let me use the word of one politician. Under Pinnick, we're having malaria. Now, under Guso, we're stage 2 cancer. It is chemotherapy right now. Not Guso.
All right, time is fast spent, but let's wrap up the show by talking about the UEFA Champions League. Of course, 18 games across board, all played, started by the same time. 9 p.m. Nigeria time it was last night, and we saw drama. We saw goals. Liverpool giving us 6 goals up against Akwa. We saw the likes of Florian Wirtz, Mohamed Salah, Ugo Ekitike. Yes, all getting amongst the goals as well. Arsenal, I mean, they were expected to dispatch Kairat Almaty, but of course, they had to do it the hard way. 3-2 it ended. Victor Gyökeres and Kairat on the score sheet, and also Victor Osimhen's Galatasaray. We spoke here yesterday. We said that they should, try and get a result at the Etihad, but Erling Haaland and Ryan Sheki said no.
Yeah, but it's still good that they are still in the running. As far as the Champions League is concerned, they still stay safe. and I wait to see who they play in the playoffs.
And Victor Osimhen is saying they are not scared. It might be Juventus or Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, if they are playing Juventus, they will have a chance, because Juventus have not been the team this season. And for Atletico Madrid, they are also beatable. But at the Wanda Metropolitano, I cannot put my money on any team against Atletico Madrid.
Really?
Yes, as far as that stadium is
But it's going to be a
concerned.
two-legged affair.
It's going to be a two-legged affair. But how strong are they
At
when
home?
they're at home against a tough side like Atletico?
We saw what happened to Liverpool.
Yeah,
we saw what happened to Liverpool.
We saw what happened to Liverpool.
Yeah.
But they will cancel whatever they bring at the Galatasaray Stadium when they get to Wanda Metropolitano.
All right, and Maiwa, you spoke also about Anatoly Chubin, the Benfica goalkeeper. Master stroke, master class, don't you think, right there from Jose Mourinho, because he was the one that actually called up the young goalkeeper to move up and try to get that goal when somebody told him from the bench that they needed a goal, to stake a playoff place. Don't you think that's a good one from the special one? Is he goated at this point?
Well, I mean, what a younger one will see down and not see, the older one will probably see it. I think Mourinho saw it. 2-man down, another person in the box. That's about 11 people attacking one particular goal post. That resulted in the goal. And he was so brave to tell the goalkeeper to come out. They had nothing to lose. That goal practically got them into the next round of the Champions League. So Mourinho is goated. He has done it again. Let's see if he can by crook or hook get far in that particular competition. And for a certain team from England, I mean, if you are in university and you decide to take a kindergarten class, you definitely come out first. So I'm not surprised that Liverpool won 6-0. It's just a university student, taking a kindergarten exam. We already know the answer. So Jerry, don't be too happy. The weekend is very near. Let's see what you can do the weekend.
How does someone who has never written, who has not passed JAM, who has made 5 attempts at JAM, calling somebody in the university that is in kindergarten, that is just playing? Come on. We're talking Champions League game. I'm not talking about FA Cup. We're not talking about
they're not even the FA Cup.
We're not talking about Nigerian National League here. We're talking about the biggest club competition in the world. You are mentioning kindergarten.
Maiwa, thank you for being a part of the show.
Be very, very careful.
You can still bring in your songs tomorrow. I mean, before the end of the week, you can still give us your song tomorrow before we go into the weekend games. Thank you for being a part of the show, Maiwa.
Yeah, it's always amazing to be here. And I'll be dropping my track tomorrow on the show. Yeah. Jerry, be prepared.
hopefully,
all the best.
Hopefully it's going to be here. And Jerry, thank you for being a part of the show.
It's always
as well.
a pleasure.
And also a big thank you to everyone behind the scene for making this one a wonderful, wonderful time to talk football. It's still, your show, Locker Room. And of course, I'm Afiz Ogubanjo. Up next is Political Lens with Chukwuma Okoro. Stay tuned and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye for now.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues, on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand. Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count.
Ọ bụrụ na m bụ ezigbo nwa afọ Naịjirịa ka ihe m ga-eme pụrụ iche.
Nwanne m nwoke,
Adanne,
m ga-akwụ chim n'eziokwu kwanyere ndị ọzọ ugwu ma lekọta obodo anyị anya.
gbam
Ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, obodo anyị bụ Naịjirịa ga-aga n'iru ma ọ bụrụ na anyị jikọta aka kwado ndị na-achị anyị ka ha mee nke ha, anyị ga-emekwa nke anyị.
N'ezie ọganihu ga-adị ma ọ bụrụ na anyị na ndị na-achị anyị jikọta aka rụọ ọrụ.
asaa bụ
Onye ndị na-achị anyị kwekọtara ha ga-eme ka obodo wee dị mma.
Igbo kwenu.